Hello, thank you for joining me. December, how is it December already? The early December update anyway. Admittedly, I haven't been bringing in any big sort of haulers or whatever the expression is. Not, I haven't brought in any sort of big batches of purchases lately, largely for the reason that I seriously need to declutter. I mean, you're only seeing some of the chaos there. There's a lot more chaos. I'm having to be a little bit brutal in cutting some things loose. And you probably know how difficult that can be. Not been terribly successful yet, but I'm at least holding off for the moment in binging on paperbacks wherever I may find them. But anyway, there's one. This is probably this isn't a new purchase. I think it's one I probably neglected to tell you about at the time. Now this is. I mean, how could I turn that cover down? Doesn't that look great? Rod Serling's Devils and Demons, and they've evidently had someone in the studio there, sort of endeavour to dress up the part, little glowy eyes and everything. So this is Builder's 14 Tales of Creeping Terror, collected by the man who wrote Stories from the Twilight Zone. Now, Rod Serling here is the anthologist rather than the author of these stories, or possibly he just wrote the intro and put his name to it. I don't know. But anyway, this is a collection of, what have we got here? There's about sort of 12, 15 or so stories here. I can't say I recognise that many of these. There's names I recognise. I mean, right, there's a Charles Dickens in here. There's Robert Louis Stevenson in here. There is a Rudyard Kipling in here, but largely these, I don't think I know many of these. The Monteverde Camera by Avram Davidson, The Coach by Violet Hunt, adapted by Carol M. Schwiller, Death Cannot Wither, Judith Merrill, The Story of the Goblin Who Stole a Sexton by Dickens, Pollock and the Porroh Man by H.G. Wells. That's familiar. Maybe I've read that one. And so on and so on. So, yeah, 1967, a Bantam book. So, I think published in the States. Yeah, printed in the USA. And, back cover continues the theme of the front unexpurgated evil. So I've not dipped into this yet. It does look quite promising, and yeah, I do think I probably did neglect to tell you about it at the time I found it. But in the meantime, what else can I tell you? Yeah, this decluttering thing, it's painful business, but once I've made some room, I mean, the idea is that I don't then fill that with more trash, but you know how it goes, don't you? Actually, now I think of it, here's something that I did mean to talk about or tell you about before, and somehow didn't get around to it. I'm not strictly book related, but well, related, but not strictly about books. If you like trashy books, you're going to like trashy films. If you're anywhere within striking distance of London, you need to go to this place, the Nickel Cinema. It's in Clerkenwell, so it's more or less central, fairly easy to get to. Holborn Tube is walking distance. Now, if you don't know of it, it's been open since about April. It's a small kind of, what's the expression? I don't know if people say boutique cinema or something. They've replicated the Grindhouse, right? It has this kind of weird charm about it, and it's not, you probably get 40, 50 people in there maybe, but they're basically, if it's not apparent from the graphic here, it's almost modelled on, if you remember the Scala cinema in its heyday. It shows the sort of things you'd get there. So I mean, this is November's list, so it's already out of date, but so the kind of things, I saw the Apple back in I think that was early November. If you haven't seen that one, I mean, can't be many films where you can't really go 30 seconds without sort of going, what the, how did they, who greenlit this? Go and see The Apple. I'm sure it will show again. But yeah, it's just full of those kind of grindhouse greats. The Mac and Petey Wheatstraw, the Devil's Son-in-Law on one bill. Oh, all sorts. What have we got? Bring me the head of Alfredo Garcia, which regrettably I had to miss. The Shout, with Alan Bates and John Hurt in it. Incidentally, on the subject of that very film, Buried Treasure Records have coincidentally released the soundtrack. Deals with, it's one of those films where the sound in it is almost is as much a part of the threat and the horror. I mean, everything it refers to something oral, A-U-R-A-L. There's this kind of oral thread to it. But Buried Treasure have dug out the Rupert Hines score to this. If you've not seen the film, it does show up on Talking Pictures. Well, I have seen it on Talking Pictures channel. I'm not sure how often they show it, but I mean, point is, if you're at all within distance, do get yourself to the Nickel. You will find it on any given month. You will find something you like. Trivia point about this album: Rupert Hine. That name rung a dim bell when I looked into it. He's the guy behind. There's this 1979 novelty hit called The Lone Ranger. It's probably something you could say hasn't aged particularly well in terms of cultural misappropriation and so on and so on. However, it did succeed in smuggling a load of gay innuendo under I'm not even sure it's innuendo. It's fairly blatant what they're talking about. It got this under the radar of the UK charts in 1979. I suspect they might have had a bit of a push out of Kenny Everett at the time. But bizarrely, yeah, that was Rupert Hines. So thank you, Buried Treasure, for this, and thank you, the Nickel, for showing what I've seen there so far, and I will be back for more. I really am not going to be able to help myself. Anyway, that's me for now. Thank you for joining me. I will endeavour to come up with something over the next couple of weeks. Anyway, all right, see you soon.